Hey, it's Brad from Stockbridge. I wanted to try to give you a quick update about what I've got going on in here. This is my little outside aquaponics unit. I've got the goldfish down here, and a couple of them are really getting big. The big guy just went in the pipe. He's kind of shy. This is my head lettuce. These greenhouse covers that I built for the aquaponics unit, evidently it was getting too hot under there. Both the head lettuce and the spinach has started to bolt. So I trimmed the plastic off the covers, left just enough plastic on these covers that if I get a rainstorm, hopefully it won't get my lights wet. If they get wet, it's plugged into a GFI, so hopefully no people or animals will be harmed. Okay, this little head lettuce looks like it's gonna head up. These other two, I don't know. It is interesting to me, the difference in size between the lettuce that's grown straight in the gravel of the aquaponics unit and the lettuce that's grown in the gravel with about, an inch of soil. I've got an inch and a half of soil in these trays. They're mesh bottoms, so the plants can get nutrients from the soil, and then the roots grow through and they go into the gravel and they're able to get the nutrients out of the aquaponics water. This is my black-seeded Simpson. It has really taken off. We've already come out here and harvested a couple of salads worth, and it's filled in really nicely. You can't even see where we cut the stuff out. The spinach looks like it ran straight to seed, so after supper I'm going to come pull that out and reseed the spinach. Okay, my little self-watering square foot garden over here has some Swiss chard. I put this in last September and it didn't do anything. And then this year it decided it wanted to come back up. So welcome to the Swiss chard. Have a few radishes that are beginning to break the ground. Got a little single beet over here. These are going to be beets, and more radishes. And then up here I've got turnips that are just beginning to break the ground. And I put marigolds in the corner. So we'll hopefully have some flowers and see if those flowers keep the insects away. Up here on the hill, my peas. Don't know what to think about the peas. My first time with peas, I thought they were supposed to be this wonderful winter crop and so hardy, and they kind of laid here and languished. These are the bush varieties, and as I'm standing here kind of cussing these peas, I see I've got a bloom on this one right here and a couple of blooms on this one ready to come out, so maybe I'll get off these peas back and they will actually grow and get us some peas. Those over there are the vining variety, and I can see a few pretty little white blossoms on them. I was hoping that these peas would grow, fix nitrogen, put the nitrogen in the soil, and I could get peas, and then I could come pull these things out and stick tomatoes in the buckets. We'll see if that happens in time. At school I helped facilitate a horticulture class. I guess I'm the slowest runner. And they said that if you mix your crops up, it confuses insects, so you have fewer insects problems. So this little row is jalapeno peppers and carrots and turnips and Swiss chard and carrots and radishes and more radishes and romaine lettuce and more romaine lettuce. And what do we got here? Some itty-bitty kale and more kale, and I think more kale, and then this is a sweet pepper. These are the little Swiss chards, and don't remember what that is. This was Swiss chard actually planted in September. You can see I've been really cutting this stuff, and I've been using it in actually smoothies, if you would believe it. Swiss chard with a couple of bananas and some pineapple and some crushed ice makes a really great smoothie. It looks terrible. Don't put it in a clear cup, but it tastes good and it's supposed to be good for you. This may be a newbie mistake, but I never got around to starting my tomato plants, so I went ahead out here. These are all determinate tomatoes. I've got a little tumbler, couple of buckets of tumbler determinate tomatoes, a couple of buckets here with the Bush Early Girl, and then finally the Bush beefsteak. These are going to be my my vining tomatoes, and I've spaced them out to build trellises. I've got Brandywine and beefsteak and Boxcar Willie and Roma And then I did a bunch of cherry tomatoes because I like them, jelly bean, sugary hybrid, and Juliet hybrid. And we'll come back out here later and put trellises. If I don't get anything out of there, I'll run up to the nursery in the middle of April and buy some plants and poke them in the buckets. But we're going to give these seeds a chance. So that's my tomato area. And then these are plants. I've got collards out here. These are actually cabbages, I'm sorry. These are my cabbages. These are my broccoli. A few more broccoli and collards. And I put them in these little 4x4 beds that I had the greenhouse covers built for. I'm going to cover them with floating row cover because I have a really bad time with that little white moth coming and laying eggs all over my cabbages. But this is my newbie garden, my second year garden. I welcome your comments and suggestions, and we'll post again later.